How interesting that in this movie, The Devil's Conspiracy, the Archangel Michael is really black, but on Earth, he's portrayed as a white man. Y'all caught that? Did y'all catch that? Okay. Oh my gosh. Like how this is so crazy. But y'all won't believe me, but I'm gonna tell you, listen. When I first started out when I was younger, a child in life, I was so detached from the people around me. I couldn't like really relate with these people. I actually felt the opposite for them. Um, it was just always something. So I found myself being in my head a lot. I was in my imagination a lot. My favorite Disney movie was The Little Mermaid. I was in my head a lot. She was my favorite. Princess Ariel was my favorite princess. Um, it's always been like that. And it's interesting how much Princess Ariel has to do with water and the sea. Hence, me being in my imagination or being in a world that was not the truth, but all I understood or all I knew. That's how it was for me. Um, and because of that, me being so detached and me being in my imagination, in my head a lot, I kind of began to manifest my life without knowing I was doing it. One thing that I used to do when I was young was, aside from being in my head all the time and being detached from my environment, I would listen to music, and that's when I started drawing as well when I was younger. But the other thing I would do is write. I wrote a lot. I was writing all the time, my thoughts onto paper. That's what I was doing. And looking back on it, I can say what I was doing was manifesting my life without knowing I was doing it. The reason why I can attest to this is because of the way things have happened in my life. A lot of it has to do with how I was according to my understanding and the fact that I wrote a lot. Like, that's what happened. One of the first things I remember doing is because I was so detached, I was trying to always attach to something. I always felt like I needed a friend. I needed somebody. I needed something. Because I couldn't attach to anything. I couldn't. I could not attach to anything or anybody. And I was trying to attach. I kept trying to attach and attach. So I found myself always needing to be with somebody or be around somebody or, have approval of somebody, getting somebody to see like what I'm doing outside of that area where I knew that was not ever going to happen. And that continued to be like that as I went through the rest of my life. Military, college, workforce, a full circle back to home where I am now in my life. So, and this is the second half. I'm in the second half. Like, I'm okay. I'm not gonna tell y'all how old I am, but I'm going that way. Should I say that way? um, but that's what I did. I used to write a lot. I can remember a lot of the stuff I wrote. But one of my primary focuses as a child was feeling like someone cared for me. Feeling like somebody loved me and wanted me and valued me and I meant something to them. because I did not have that. I didn't have that. I cannot say I latched on to that feeling and always had that with anybody. Except my kids now. My kids now. But, no. And I wanted love. I wanted to be, not necessarily love, but I wanted to be valued. I wanted to be respected and cared about. I wanted to feel like I meant something to them, to that person, to someone else. And so I would always write out little games we used to play, like, who I would marry, where we would live, what kind of car we would drive. I think the name of the game was Mash or Match. It was something like that we used to play, and we would write that stuff down. I forgot exactly how the game went, but I remember playing that game a lot, and it required me to write out who I would marry and where we would live and what kind of car we would drive, things like that. I wrote that stuff out. I was writing all that stuff out. That is so interesting to me. That was the first thing that I was attempting to do in my life, was to attach to someone, to find someone that valued me as much as I valued them. Someone who cared about me and respected me and all of that. That's what I was looking for. And I could never get it. It never lasted long. It was all superficial. A lot of this shit was fake. It was just horrible. It was so horrible. I just went through so many transformations. So many in the first half of my life. It's just so many changes. And to see how things unfolded from the first half of my life as I reflect right now, it's crazy, because I'm still saying things, thinking things, and writing things. I'm still doing it. But now I have a different understanding. That now I know I can actually manifest my life by what I write, what I say, what I do. It's got to be all of that. Now I know. It took me this long and so many cycles, but I finally got it. Now, I know what I'm doing this time around. Ain't no playing. Okay, this is the time for me to be giving back and teaching others the things not to do in the search for their purpose or the path of their purpose. I can teach them what not to do. I know, but I can teach them what not to do. Because you think everybody's going to teach you what to do. But there's a lot of people who don't really understand what not to do. Even when you're doing what you think you should be doing. It's just crazy that came to me. I'm still doing it to this day, but now I know what it does. So this is my message to y'all. Like, be careful what you are putting out into the universe with your mouth. Be careful of your thoughts, especially if you are someone who speaks your thoughts out loud when you're thinking. Be careful with your thoughts and your words and what you write. Because that is all still a form of putting it in the universe. All of that is a form of expression. All of that. It's, as long as it's in here, it's in a form. It's being controlled. As long as it's in here. But the minute it comes out here, 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 it's in the universe. So that's why you need to be careful. That's why. Because you are actually manifesting your life. And if you have thrown karma out there, all trust is coming back. If you've thrown it out there, it's coming back. It is gonna come back. It's gonna come back. But I just had to pass that word to y'all today. I need to let y'all know because that came to me, and somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this. Please take heed to what I am telling you because I am an example. I'm trying to tell you.